Be yourself as well, 'cause I can make you feel alright. And there was so much happiness that we were still yet to find. You said that you can call me Alex, baby, welcome to my life. But don't worry, girl. No, now
Bro, I need your help right now. What's up? My girl's about to hit you up asking if I cheated during the boys' trip. I need you to cover for me. Lie if you have to.
Relax, dude. She won't suspect a thing. Trust me.
How many girls did Alex cheat on me with on the trip?
Rizap, I need your help.
I got you, bro. Just say Alex is the kind of guy who wouldn't trade your love for anything. He's all about you.
Alex is the kind of guy who wouldn't trade your love for anything. He's all about you.
Oh my god, I feel so lucky to be with him. But did he even spoke to any girls there?
Actually, he did spoke to 2 girls the whole trip.
2 girls? Who were they?
You and his mom. Alex barely even looked at a woman the whole time.
What do you mean barely?
Well, there was this one time when we all went to a bar. Alex ordered a Coke Zero, but the waiter who brought it to him was a woman. As soon as she stepped into range, Alex turned into prime Mike Tyson and threw a monster uppercut. Knocked her clean out.
I knew Alex was loyal. He's the best.
Wait, Alex wasn't done. Once she hit the floor, Alex jumped down and put her in a rear naked choke. Then some guy shouted, "She was just doing her job, you idiot!" He picked up the unconscious girl and launched her straight at the guy like a f***ing rocket.
What the hell?
You should have seen the present he got you as well. 50-carat pure gold chain.
What, really? I can't wait for him to give it to me. Okay, thanks for the info.
Bro, it f***ing worked.
I told you I had you, so how are you going to pay me?
Wait a second. Why is she asking me about a 50-carat pure gold chain? Adam, what did you tell her I was going to get?
You better start putting the fries in the bag, bro.
Bro, I need...
perfect.
What made your parents completely regret grounding you? Last summer, I got caught sneaking out to a party and my parents decided to make an example out of me. They took my phone, my laptop, my car keys, and installed a security camera in the hallway pointing directly at my bedroom door. "You're not leaving this house for 2 months," my mom said, "and we'll know if you even try." My dad was so proud of his security setup. He downloaded this app that sent alerts to both their phones whenever the camera detected motion. "This is what happens when you break our trust, Emma," he kept saying. They even made me hand over my window screen so I couldn't climb out. I felt like I was in prison. For the first week, I just sulked in my room, reading the same 3 books over and over. My best friend Jess lived across the street and I could see her bedroom window from mine. She'd hold up signs asking if I was okay, and I'd write responses on paper and hold them up to my window like we were in some teen movie. But then things got weird. I started noticing this car parked on our street every day around 3 p.m. Same silver Honda, same tinted windows, always in the exact same spot. The driver would sit there for hours, just watching our house. At first, I thought it was paranoia from being cooped up too long, but it kept happening, every single day. I tried to tell my parents, but they just rolled their eyes. "You're looking for any excuse to get out of your punishment," my mom said. My dad actually laughed and said, "Nice try, but we're not falling for some made-up stalker story." They thought I was being dramatic to get attention. On the second Tuesday, the car was there again, but this time I noticed something that made my stomach drop. The driver was taking pictures of our house with a long lens camera. I could see the flash reflecting off our front windows. I banged on my bedroom door, screaming for my parents, but they were both at work. I felt helpless watching this creep document our home. That night, I begged my parents to look at the footage from their precious security camera, but they refused. "Emma, this manipulation isn't going to work," my dad said. "You're grounded for a reason." My mom added, "Maybe if you spent less time making up stories and more time thinking about what you did wrong, you'd learn something." The breaking point came on Friday. I was watching through my window when the same car pulled up, but this time the driver got out. It was a middle-aged man in a baseball cap, and he walked straight up to our front door. I could hear him talking to someone on his phone, saying, "Yeah, this is the house. Family leaves for work every morning at 8 sharp." I realized he was casing our house for a break-in. I started screaming and pounding on my door, but my parents had already left for work. The security camera was useless because it only faced the hallway, not the front door. I watched in horror as this guy walked around our entire house, testing windows and checking our back gate. That's when I made the decision that changed everything. I grabbed my desk chair and smashed my bedroom window. The glass cut my hand, but I climbed out anyway, dropping onto the garage roof, then jumping down to the backyard. I ran to our neighbor Mrs. Patterson's house, bleeding and hysterical, begging her to call the police. Within 10 minutes, 2 patrol cars were on our street. The officers found the man hiding in our backyard shed, carrying burglary tools and a notebook with our family's schedule written down in detail. He'd been watching us for 2 weeks, planning to rob our house while we were all at work. If I hadn't broken out and called for help, we would have come home to find everything gone. When my parents got the call from the police, they rushed home expecting to arrest me for property damage. Instead, they found officers praising me for preventing a major burglary. The detective told them, "Your daughter's quick thinking saved your family thousands of dollars and possibly worse." This guy had rope and zip ties in his bag. My mom started crying when she saw my bandaged hand. My dad looked at the broken window and then at me, and I could see the guilt washing over his face. "Emma, I'm so sorry we didn't believe you," he said. The police officer added, "She tried to warn you multiple times. You should be proud of her instincts." The charges against the burglar included stalking, attempted breaking and entering, and possession of burglary tools. The detective said he'd probably been watching other houses in our neighborhood too. My parents removed the security camera that same day and gave me back everything they'd taken. "We owe you an apology," my mom said, "and we owe you a new window." My dad actually thanked me for breaking his precious security system to protect our family. The 2-month grounding was immediately lifted, and they never questioned my judgment about suspicious behavior again. Sometimes BR
Can you believe it? The gentleman before us is actually the janitor, Willie. A new PE teacher arrived at school, and during class he often threw balls at students.
I got it, I'm safe.
After Bart was hit, his hands shook while eating. In the next day's PE class, the teacher continued throwing balls at students. How could Bart possibly swallow his anger? He made an ice ball to fight back, but discovered a saxophone in the freezer.
My saxophone. Oh, yeah, that's why. You're a jerk.
When the teacher called out Bart's name, he directly threw the ice ball at the teacher. Willie's home became completely destroyed. Bart was punished by having to help Willie rebuild his dwelling. But until Marge came to pick up Bart, he hadn't done anything. He had only played with and ruined all the nails. At that moment, it suddenly started raining heavily. Willie only had a colander to shield himself from the rain. Marge couldn't bear it and invited him to stay at their house temporarily. Willie changed into pajamas and slept on the sofa. He was already very satisfied with this, since his ancestors had basically all done manual labor. As long as there was somewhere to live, that was enough. Willie's philosophy on life sparked Lisa's fighting spirit. She decided to transform Willie into a gentleman.
Good night, Willie. Good night.
Lisa asked what one should say when meeting strangers.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you for what you've done to me!
She felt she needed to first get rid of Willie's thick accent. Through persistent effort, he finally learned one sentence.
Flows from the nose does not go on my clothes.
Willie realized his progress and was extremely happy, pulling Bart and Lisa's hands as they danced joyfully.
And where should it not go?
It's enough to make a grown man cry, and that's okay. It's enough to make a grown man cry, and that's okay. It's enough to make a grown man cry, and that's okay. It's enough to make a grown man cry, and that's okay.
More things parents do that I hate. You ever be chilling in your room, you know, doing your thing, and your mom be like, "Hey, yo, Xavier," and you respond, you be like, "Yeah, what's up?" And she be like, "Did you call me?" And then you get up mad as hell because you don't know what they want, but you know you gotta go there. And you ask her, you know, you be like, "What is it that you need?" And she be like, can you pass me the remote control? Next thing, you ever just be chilling and your mom or your dad walk in the room and they be like, "Hey, yo, clean your room because we got company coming over for dinner." Is dinner being held in my room? And lastly, I cannot stand when parents just say no for no reason. And it's funny because you be trying to ask the questions all nice. You be like, "Hey mom, is it okay if I..." No. And you know she's saying no for no reason. So you be like, "Why can't I go?" "Because I said so." Like, more things parents...
This is how electric fences actually work. They send short, high-voltage pulses through a hot wire, but you only get shocked if you touch the wire and the ground at the same time. That's because your body completes the circuit, letting electricity flow through you to the earth. And that's exactly why birds can sit on the fence without getting shocked. They never touch the ground. This is how a
giant in front arch.
Who's at the door?
It's the police.
When did your parents realize their rule was...
Or if you guys want to continue to have more chances, just make sure you press the top and come here every...
When did your parents realize their rule was insane? Last winter, my dad wanted us to do something crazy. From now on, it's lights out by 5 p.m. sharp. Now, most people wouldn't think it's a big deal, but for my 6-year-old sister who relied heavily on her nightlight, it was practically torture. When Dad told us about the new rule, my little sister Hope immediately started crying. "No, I'm scared. There's monsters. Stop being such a baby," Dad said coldly. "When I was your age, we didn't even have electricity." My mom tried to reason with him. "She's only 6, and I don't think a nightlight would be a big deal," but my dad wouldn't budge. "You're coddling her. She needs to toughen up. Now, this is my house and my rule, so I don't want to hear it." So with that, Dad went over to each of our rooms, removing anything that had a light source involved. Our lamps, our starry night projector, and of course, Hope's adorable unicorn nightlight. Hope cried her eyes out on the couch, watching Dad store everything away in a sealed box. That first night, we heard her whimpering in the dark every hour. Dave and I exchanged looks. This was war. Dave and I pooled our money and bought every glow-in-the-dark item we could find at the dollar store. We covered Hope's room in glowing stars, painted her walls with phosphorescent paint, and put stickers on every piece of furniture. We even set up jars of bioluminescent algae that we ordered online, telling Dad they were just harmless science projects. Hope slept peacefully that night, but that only made him suspicious. The night after that, he found out that everything glowed in the dark, and he quickly removed removed it. Dad, stop! They're not even plugged in. They're just glowing, Dave explained. Those are still lights, Dad said, ending the conversation right there. But it wasn't over. Dave had come up with an even crazier idea. He spent an entire afternoon setting up an elaborate mirror system that redirected light from our neighbor's backyard floodlight. At night, when the floodlights came on, it bounced from mirror to mirror and reached Hope's room, right above her bed. When Dad discovered it, he honestly seemed impressed at first, but clearly still mad enough to take everything down the following day. No redirecting any outside light sources into the house. Our third attempt was probably when things got out of hand. We borrowed an outdoor extension cord from our neighbor and set up an entire light camp outside Hope's window. We had bright lanterns and Christmas lights set up. It wasn't glowing, it wasn't redirected, and it was